Hello and welcome to My Pizzo Tea. This is Nicole, and today on the Fine Motor Challenge Day 4, we are going to be stringing some macaroni and different pasta onto string and shoelaces. So with that, let's go ahead and get started. Alright you guys, so we're going to go ahead and go through all the items we'll need for this activity. You're going to need either a shoelace. You can take it out of one of your shoes or buy shoelaces. You can get, if you have any ribbon. So I have a ribbon here. We have a couple different pastas to use as macaroni. So we have large elbows. They also have small elbows. We have small rigatoni. Okay, and we have some penne. Okay, these are all very good for this activity. And we also have a scissor because we're going to need to cut the ribbon. And if you need to, cut the shoelaces, or if you have string at home, we'll utilize the scissors for that. And then if you decide to paint, you need some paint brushes. You're going to need a cup and of course some paint. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. Open up the pasta. I'm gonna grab a couple large elbows. Okay, I'm gonna grab some small rigatoni. Okay. And the last but not least, the penne. And you could be letting your kids open up the boxes. That works also on some fine motor coordination to be able to, and also strengthening too, because a lot of them are sealed. So that'll help them to strengthen the muscles in their hand. Okay. I'm gonna just demonstrate the painting for today. So we're gonna grab a piece of rigatoni and we're gonna place it tissue paper here. And so I'm gonna grab my paintbrush and just put a little bit of orange paint. The only thing about with painting is that you're gonna also have to factor in letting there be some time to let the paint dry. Another alternative to painting is to grab markers and have your kids use the markers to color the different macaronis. One of the things I like about rigatoni pasta is that it's textured. I don't know if you can see, but it is a textured pasta. So that's gonna give them also a little bit of a sensory element, as well as with a paintbrush, you're gonna have they're gonna be having to grasp their paintbrush with the 3 magic fingers, or as OTs call it, the tripod grasp. So you see, I'm using my thumb, my index finger, and my 3rd middle finger to hold on to it. Okay, and I'm just gonna go ahead and finish painting that orange. I'm putting it down here. When you're trying to decide whether or not you're going to use the shoelaces, or in my case the string, I kind of look to see with my child how well are they able to even grasp these objects. So I would just kind of ask your son or daughter, oh, can you grab the ribbon? Can you grab the shoelace? You'll find that smaller objects or thinner objects are harder to grab. Okay, so if your child struggles with something that's thinner, like this ribbon for example, I would start the activity using something a little bit thicker, like a shoelace, to start off with, also helping them with tying the knot, because that might be a little bit more difficult for them to coordinate. So for this example, we're gonna use the shoelace to start off with. So you have both of your hands on the shoelace, and you're gonna tell them to make that an X. So can you see? I don't know if you see the X. There's like an X or a cross. Okay, so we have an X or a cross. and we're gonna tell them to take the top. So let's say we're having the end, right? We're gonna tell them to put it on top of the bottom string. The bottom string is the long string, and we're gonna tell them then to take that and put it inside, like it's a bunny going inside its home. Okay? So the bunny is going inside its home, or a squirrel is going inside its home. And then you're gonna tell them to pull it. Okay? And you might need to do this twice. So let's try again. So we have our two ends of the string. You're gonna take the end that's shorter, and you're gonna make the cross. You're gonna put it on top, and you're gonna take it from behind, okay, like this. It's going inside its home. Okay, we have a double knot. As you can tell, this activity also works on bilateral coordination. So it requires that they use both of their hands together in order to put the different pieces of macaroni into the shoelace. Okay, so we're gonna start with the rigatoni, because the rigatoni is the pasta or macaroni that's biggest or widest circle, so it's easier to put it through. Okay, and if your child finds that very easy, then you're gonna go ahead and do the penne next. Okay, penne might be a little more difficult. So here's the penne. Put it in. All right. And then the last but not least is the macaroni. Now the macaroni is the hardest one, because it not only does it have a smaller opening, but your child will have to wind it through, you know, a half circle. So we're gonna actually leave this one for our other string. We're gonna do it a couple times now. Okay. One other thing you can telling your child to do is to remember to pinch their pasta or pinch their macaroni. And you can either have them pinch it with 2 fingers or 3 fingers if they need a little more support. But this is also a good preparatory activity before having them do any kind of writing or coloring or drawing, because it really gets their fingers ready to work. Okay? And it's fun. So we're gonna go ahead and try to make a bracelet out of this. Okay, so we have about 7 pieces of pasta. Now this might be a little bit difficult. They might need your help. Wrap it around your wrist. You're gonna make an X, and then you're gonna tell them to take it out of their hand. Okay, so in this case, see how this was the size of my wrist. Okay, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna take the long part of the string, okay, and you're gonna wrap it and do another knot. So you're gonna make the X. Okay, I'm gonna make the X, have the string on top, okay, it's gonna go back, and the squirrel's gonna come out. Okay, so you're gonna do it one more time. You have your end of the string, and we're gonna make an X, and you're gonna say the squirrel's gonna come to the side, and it's gonna come. Hold on, I'm trying to make sure you see it. And the squirrel's gonna come out through the hole, out of the tree. Okay. So now you should have a knot here, right? And so then what you're gonna do with the extra string is you're gonna cut it. That's it with the shoelaces. Now we're gonna try with the string or the ribbon. And I just wanna show you how to utilize the ribbon to grade it up, because this is gonna require, it's definitely a lot more difficult than some of the other ones, because the string is, or in this case ribbon, is so much smaller, so they have to really use their fingertips to grab onto the ribbon. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and let's say we're done making our bracelet and you tie your knot. You're gonna take your scissors and you're gonna tell your son or daughter to bring their thumb to the smaller opening, and they're 3 or 4 depending on the size of their fingers. They're gonna put it into the bigger opening, okay? And make sure when they go to cut that their wrist it's not flexed up, not flexed down, that it's right in the middle. And you notice it's straight, it's neutral is what we call it. And you want to make sure that their thumb is up, kind of like, imagine they're giving a thumbs up, their thumb is up and their 3 other fingers are in. All right, so we're gonna cut whatever extra string there was, and that will be it. So that concludes today's activity and fine motor challenge for today. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video, and I look forward to seeing you guys next time.